Are you ready for some football? It's the Bengals and the Titans, and it comes your way next.
By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, it's really a good matchup when you boil it down. Joe Burrow of the Bengals, Ryan Tannehill of the Titans.
And I think that each quarterback wants to play this game with a faster tempo. They want to get the plays in quickly, get in and out of the huddle quickly, take just a few seconds at the line of scrimmage and survey the defense, and then attack. And I think that we'll see both offenses try to do that in this one.
Has us all set, and we are underway from Nashville, Tennessee. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left in no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow, flushed out right.
How many times do we hear that third down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the first down marker is, dives for it, and gets it. What a big-time play, putting his body on the line to pick up a key first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. Shoves him away. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there, nearly an opening drive, INT. 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Here's Burrow. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown! C.J. Uzomah, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Third and 2, Tannehill. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he will have a Titans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tannehill throwing again. It's complete. This is Derrick Henry. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 12-yard line.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Toward the sideline, that's taken in by Jones. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Bullock's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
3rd and 2, now Burrow. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. From midfield now, Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. Now Bengals on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 19. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, 1st down. This pass complete to Higgins. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think...
Touchdown, Bengals! Drew Sample, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it, and the Bengals have recovered it. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. First down, here's Burrow. That escapes the sack. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Touchdown! It's complete. Joe Mixon, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Hilliard will elect to not return it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. And right side, Henry's got it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Tannehill's throw into the hands of Ferkser here.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. He dumps it off for Henry. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. 33 yards.
And the Titans get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they...
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the... Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go
as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Cincinnati. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang at Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Here's McPherson now to send it away. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. they've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, instead of fourth down after the incompletion, it'll be first down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now Burrow on first down. He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase, 38 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving him up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. The Titans now just about ready to take over. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. A first down carry for Henry.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 64 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being.
Gets by him, and now a little daylight.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy. As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On second down, here's Henry. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just...
That'll be caught by Brown. Touchdown, Tennessee. A.J. Brown there to make the grab. And the Titans are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line, and only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Open space inside the 10, and he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The interception was a good starting point, but still a huge hill to climb with his 3-score deficit and time fading. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Derrick Henry all alone. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the tackle. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty would do?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Stanley Morgan there to make the grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Well, that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And Hilliard will elect to not return it. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Tannehill. Man open left side is Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, it's Tannehill. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here's Tannehill. This will be caught by Brown. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Titans moving quickly here. They're in the hurry up. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Pushing through the contact. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Here we go with Burrow. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. And he whips that one incomplete there.
I didn't like the look of that play right from the beginning. I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one, he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
Now it's Burrow. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. They're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And the Titans are right back in this football game. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.